Hey there, and welcome back to the full release of Inkbound, the roguelike action strategy game by Shiny Shoe. I'm excited to play Weaver, but let me tell you, this is actually the third time I've attempted to make this episode, and it's because I have died horribly in Book 1 as the Weaver every time I've tried to make this episode. One of the things that they have done in this game since I think 0.28 or whatever was the last time I played, is they've nerfed a lot of the Weaver's defense. And I keep dying because the Weaver, I don't roll into any defensive trinkets or vestiges or anything, and ultimately just pass away immediately. Too much chip damage comes in, that poor mobility because the Weaver doesn't have a teleport or a movement ability like every other class, except for I think the Clairvoyant has movement somewhere, whereas I have nothing here. So the Weaver is just getting completely slam dunked big style, which has been a bit of a bummer. So I'm interested in making some progress. I do want to point out the changes on this. So rank 15, enemies are doing more damage. I'm definitely feeling this in my attempts. This is a lot more sustain required when everything is hitting 20% harder. So be on the lookout for that now that I'm on rank 15. But I'm really struggling with defense. As far as the actual trinket that we're going to choose, I am going to go with the Blaze of Bridget. I want to try to get a burn build going. The problem here is, of course, that I think I might need to play a defensive trinket here. I keep losing because it's impossible to stay afloat. I'm just taking too much damage here and not finding anything that offsets it. I could take the Shield Wall Guaranteed and go for a strange Shield Wall style build. Or possibly I could go for Misplaced Nobility and go with 5 guaranteed shielding. Those I think are the strongest in terms of defense, so that's fair. I think that's pretty much that. I do want to really try the Blaze of Bridget though. I want to try to get a build working with this, so we're going to do it. And hopefully this is not the fourth time that I lose horribly with Weaver. Annoyingly, it's because the deaths have been happening so swiftly that it's not fast enough that I want to just keep running the same episode and re-recording and just starting over. Rather, I prefer starting over because it takes like 15 minutes to get to that point where I'm losing, which is a huge bummer. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. As always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you are much of a Weaver player, I'm interested in your strategies. The game is much harder at 1.0 than it was in the early access. So, as a result, I think there's just challenges I'm going to need to overcome here. I could hard pivot to... this is a really bad class in my opinion for Marker of the Unbound. This is it's very difficult to stay in the gunk, take the hits, charge it up, and then teleport out, right? You basically have to hit blink, more or less. And that's tough. If you miss blink, you lose. You could still take gunk filled. I don't hate this. I just have to avoid it, right? Yeah, I have ranged moves, so it's not that big of a deal. I think taking Overstimulated is much worse. Wit Thief is brutal. I would never take this opening like that. So maybe we'll just take Gunk Filled, but without the trinket. I would really like to have some kind of synergy here out of the gate, so let's just do that. I don't want to just always pivot into the Ink Trinket whenever Gunk Filled shows up in the first spot. So let's just do this instead, alright? Okay, pull enemies toward you is universally good. I think we should take that. Further range and wider area is also nice. Let's see what our vestige is. Just 15 more damage. It's okay. I could take the work on smiting here, which is not bad, but not going to take Elusive Whisper. I really dislike the changes to Ambusher. It's just so difficult to get value here, right? It's just very tough. So we're going to take Stroke of Genius here and lean in on just having some magic damage. That's fine. I am going to go for the pull, I think. It's going to overall result in higher strength for me. It also synergizes with anything I choose to do, which will be important. Hooray, money in a pot. Alright, let's go. Okay, now I do really want to... I can hit them all. I can pull everything together. Yeah, you see this is the strength of this, right? Then you get to blast them. And now it's... hit these guys, kill these guys. Oh. Of course, a Slimp pops out. Well, alright, I take gunk damage. That's a bummer. Alright, let's finish this. Okay. Got it. Does that debuff still exist? It does not. That permanently reduces my hit points for taking gunk damage. Okay, that did not exist. Great. We're going to grab Incendiary. It looks like we did see Blink. I am going to take Incendiary, though. We're leaning in on this. Whoa, Unic Charge in my opener is... yeah, okay. That's really good. We'll take that. Sure. Whoa, on hitting an enemy with Frostbite, trigger an additional stack of Frostbite. Now, that is a purple, but I don't actually think that's that good. What we should look at, though, is we have a grinder coming up. I don't want to lean in on these. Bindings that do not deal damage have -1 cooldown. Well, that's none of mine. An option instead might be the Braided Acacia. Although, really, I think I need to take the Bastion. As annoying as it is, I need shielding. Right? I absolutely must take this. So I think we go for the Misting Bells. It's just going to be fine. I'm going to reorganize these real quick. Ugh, whoops. Unic Charge. Alright, cool. We'll stick that in the far left. This is a really good relic, or vestige, rather. Now, as far as value goes, I'm going to take the Binding Empowerment here and not the Grinder. I guess I could grind up shield the Stroke of Genius and turn it into 25 magic damage. That seems reasonable, right? I'm going to take the Binding Empowerment, actually. I think I get more value here, just looking at this. Alright, we eat the fish, we get the potion, great news. I'm going to take stuff. Oh, wow, we get a lot of big payouts. If enemy is not inflicted with burn, inflict 10 stacks of burn, otherwise inflict 5. Each thread attaching you, I mean, these are all great, right? Sturdy threads, patchwork, stitch, I can get shield from clicking the stitch key, or I can get shielding from threads. I like sturdy threads. This will be very helpful. Yeah, that's going to represent more shielding. Now, I could just take plus 60 damage on Constrict here. Is a pretty big number, right? I do want to wait for, or not, maybe not wait for, but I want to try to find the Rope Burn upgrade here, which is uncommon. So, pulling them towards me, this is a lot of bonus damage, though, is the thing. We don't really have much in the way of bonus otherwise. I guess I'm holding 35 physical damage somewhere? Not really sure where that's coming from, but okay. It's an interesting question. Where is that coming from? Excuse me? Does anyone know where I'm getting 35 physical damage from? Oh, it's the fish I ate, isn't it? It is. Okay, gosh, alright. I was like, I ate a fish for this. I'm like, what is that stat coming from? So, I don't know about Titan Constrict. I actually think Firestarter Incendiary is just really good. I'm going to take this. This is going to murder some guys, 100%. I would like the glyphs here so I can reroll my Ascensions if I need to. Yes, strong, we'll take it. I already at least have found a shielding augment, which is important. Alright. Let's zap these guys. Let's zap these guys. I have controlled weaving. Let's try to get burn in on all of these guys. That is a lot of damage that we have just dealt. Good. I guess I could have yanked them in first, huh? Then we can pull them together, and I can take this orb, and I should be able to get out of it. There's a spot here, right? Who's hitting me for 3? It's this guy. So before moving, well, I'm going to take that 3, I think, is pretty much the best I can do. I do not want them to run into me, so we'll chill on this. Oh, it's this guy. Weird. Alright. It's just one of those things that this game does where it's like the AoEs are very difficult to make work. I still need a lot of movement is my biggest challenge here. I could take 0, which I think is important. Let's blast these guys over here, which also yanks them a little bit. I want to avoid the pull, so let's move to the right and just stab this guy a few times, I think. Alright, we chill. Taking 0 there is already an improvement. We've killed a man. That's good. I should almost already have controlled weaving here. Okay, we do get it. Great. Guess I haven't gotten all of these friends, so we'll click this. It would be nice to murder all of these enemies, wouldn't it? That's accurate. Now, that does mean this guy is going to walk at me, however, so... Right? So I take this, but I can take this orb and take 0 here? Yes. Let's throw this orb. We're going to throw this orb at the Wrinkling, but not quite yet. Can I get him right now? I actually can. So we're going to do that, and then I walk out. Alright, that's pretty decent. Now he runs and dies, and we're okay. Alright, we can get controlled weaving. Blast them, kill him. Okay, good. Not too bad. We at least performed reasonably well there. Vigorous is always nice. It's fine. I don't actually like Vigorous, if I'm being honest with you. Warden is good. On your turn, if you were not hit in the previous turn, gain 20 magic damage until the end of combat. That's kind of weak. I don't care. Those are a little bit of bummers. I do think Shield Wall is the take here. 10 times out of 10, I just need this defense. Great, good roll. We have a Grinder. With a Grinder in mind, I wouldn't hate grinding up the Gossamer Dream here. Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. It gives me a lot of magic damage, which I like. I could take and grind up Vigorous here, but that's maybe a little less impressive. Maybe. We could go super tanky. I'm actually going to take the Heartstone and just grind this thing up, right? That seems pretty decent. Go for the Grinder. I have no money right now, so there's no real reason for me to do that. And we grind up the Heartstone. This gives me Warden, which is damage resist. Someone wants to have a conversation with me. Hello, friend. Okay. Now I have to pick something where I can reasonably get... What is it called? The Ink Pot. Big Quilling Cage seems good. Superior Vaults, Big Quill... I mean, that's the pick, yeah, for sure. Even if I fail, I at least get the Quilling Cage at the end. Now, hopefully I don't lose. This combat is notoriously very difficult. We are going to... Here's the deal. I'm going to grab the Ink Pot here. Gotta be very careful, right? Let's grab these two, grab these two, grab the Ink Pot. We're gonna yank everything in so I can hit more stuff with the fire thing. That's good. Now I can take the orb and walk away, having done a truckload of damage. It's pretty strong. I'm taking 0 here, and I'm killing the pot and most stuff. It's pretty good. That's good. That's a great turn. We get all of the money. Fantastic news. Okay, and I didn't have to use my shield either, which is a good sign. I think I am going to click it here. I need to charge up some enemies for sure. Let's yoink enemies in. I need the orb, please. Okay. I think we accept this 2 damage and we just take that at face value, right? I think that's what we're getting. 2 is not bad. If I click and hit... The problem you're going to face is if I kill this guy, he creates slimps, which makes my next turn harder, but I really don't want to turn the sparring dummy with glass jaw at me. And there's no great way of not doing that. I guess there is kind of a way, right? I can shoot like this. Yeah, okay, and then I can actually... Really hard to see, but I'm not hitting the dummy here. Good. Okay, we're not hitting the dummy. We stopped that damage coming in. Good. Oof. Interesting. All right, let's get out of the goop. We're gonna control weaving here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab everyone, yank them in. We're gonna blast here, right? This is just explosion central, and then we toss fire at this guy over here, and we should get the kill here. I'm gonna take the 1 and be okay with it, right? Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Okay. Good. Let's grab them, blow them up, and murder them. Finish it. Alright, good. I'm feeling pretty good about how that combat went. That's nice. Alright, we're looking for... Warden is a good combo. I don't really want Reaver. Swift is always welcome. I love Swift. Each thread attached to you grants 3 damage resist. That's actually pretty darn good here, isn't it? Interesting. Golden Sails. Interesting. What strange rolls? This vestige gains 10 omni damage. If you have 10 full hit points, it gains 10 more. There's, what, 8 more of these combats? So this represents probably, being honest with you, this represents like 80 omni damage, which is not bad by the end, but I can probably do better. I think I can. I'm going to take the laid rope. This is kind of an interesting ability. I like that it adds damage resist here. That's pretty cool. It's damage resist and also Warden. I'll take that. I like that, actually. What's coming up is a grinder, or I guess I could get an upgrade. Upgrade's probably actually better for me here, unless there's a really good grind. I'm going to pay one reroll here, see what we get. I love Forgotten Name. It's such a good binding. I really like Tiny Heartstone. Grinding up Tiny Heartstone here gets me Vigorous and Warden too, which is big. Yeah, I mean, it's just this, right? It's gotta be just this. Just another Grindstone here. That seems really strong. We'll take that. Good, good, good. I like that power up a lot. Very defensive, which is what I want to see here. Warden 5. This guy still wants to talk. Good grief. Okay, whatever, bud. Great work. We get a guaranteed shop, and we hopefully will buy something here, keeping in mind that what we purchase here is able to be ground up afterwards, right? If I could get... Do these stack? 5... So 5 threads could grant 30 damage resist? And if it stacks up to this number, it's really high. My damage resist is 20 right now, just out of the gate. And that's just from Warden, I think, right? Pretty sure? Yeah, it's just from Warden. So with 2 laid ropes, I actually think I reasonably could activate and get up to damage resist 65 here. Kind of crazy. That's very good defense. Now I should, if I'm going to buy this, I think I buy this. Yeah, I mean, I do buy it, yes. Frosted Half Charm is interesting. I could just grind this up, right? Frostbite damage now increases damage dealt by burn. This is actually pretty decent on its own, isn't it? That's true. And interestingly enough, this actually is really good because isn't frostbite damage, the numbers on frostbite damage are much higher, so this seems busted. Let's buy that. That just seems really strong to me. We're going to also pick up an uncommon augment here. Yeah, here we go. Rope friction, inflict 5 stacks of burn. We found it. Excellent. All right, we move on. That seems really strong, doesn't it? I'm not crazy about that. I get 5 burn damage out of that. So far, with 3 molten, I get 6 burn damage, which makes this trinket worth basically 3 sets. That just seems intense. All right, what do we get? Training dummies activate on being damaged. Training dummies have 150 plus max hit points. On start of turn and on phase change, spawn a Blight Spindle Caster. Bummer. An unfortunate roll. Looks like I'm going to take a lot of hits here. He isn't at least throwing bombs and other goops and things at me, which is good. My threads do save a lot of damage here. I'm probably going to... I think we're just going to try to grab as many of these as possible. I'm going to go ahead and shield up. Orb. And then I think I do want to try to kill something here, right? I'd really like to... I mean, I want to do a lot of damage to him, but I also really want to avoid getting completely sandblasted. I can get a triple here. That's pretty good. It's a lot of damage we just did. That's pretty nice. Okay. We at least kill this Blight guy. He does spawn more goop, for better or worse. Oh, they activate on being damaged? Whoa, buddy. Okay, I did not realize that. Incredible news. Okay, so let's try to deal with these things then. That's a bit of a bummer. I need to try to finish these enemies off, if I'm being real with you. Taking, what, 3 right now? 3 is not bad, if I'm being honest. 3 is not bad. Whoa there, champ. Not sure what happened there. Alright, good chat. Still only taking 3. That's acceptable. I didn't realize that they were going to activate from that, which is a big change. Or at least, maybe not a change, but not what I was expecting. So... Alright, I think we're going to phase here, which does make the rest of this extremely scary. Because they activate when it changes phases. So that's actually a really challenging set of modifiers here. I think we're going to let this ride. We're taking 0, we hit the phase change, we kill out at least all of those. This does create an absolute nightmarish amount of incoming damage. I really do need to thread up. Right? It's a lot of damage reduction, if I can get it. Alright, I need to create damage, don't I? Yes, so let's try this Firestarter Incendiary first. Then Yank. Then Orb. How interesting. Controlled Weaving coming up now. That's a ton of damage coming in. I think it's probably my Vengeful Infusion turn, if I'm being honest with you. I think it is time for a further Rope Burn, at least. And then I'm going to Vengeful Infusion here. Reduce that to 3 damage taken. Okay, that's a really challenging Janus mode, by the way. Alright, a lot of these things are going to burn, hopefully dying. Alright, fine. Okay, I'm a little concerned about this. I think we just shield up here, and we zap for the vigor, and I think we just chill here. It's a lot of incoming damage. I'm not going to click stuff. It's fine. I do get 2 more activations of vigor here. All right. 1, 2, and we're out. Okay. Well, we beat Janus. Good job. I do think this is working as expected, this half charm, so that's kind of insane. If that is actually behaving that way, actually crazy. Epic augment. I mean, 10 burn damage is awesome. Just truckloads of damage. I think I can actually look, right? It's currently, it deals 25 magic damage. If I toss this, I should get, it should drop by 3 and 8. Ah, that's a lot, yeah, because it's currently getting 15 magic damage. I pick it back up and it goes up to 25. That's gaining 10. Kind of interesting. It's 3 plus frostbite damage, which is 5, so it's 8. I'm not actually sure why it's behaving that way, but okay. Anyway, we're going to add 10 more. That seems good. Tons of damage. I do not want this. You know, I've never taken Force Field. It just seems really bad. Let me be honest with you. That just is not what I want here. I'm going to re-roll this for sure. Give me anything better. Okay, I wasn't really looking for an incendiary upgrade. Deal 115 damage to a single enemy, inflict 30 stacks of burn, and it spreads. I don't think that's good. Flash fire, again, to a single enemy. I think these are both awful. Let's spin this again. What do we get? Alright, you know what? Excellent. I'm happy to grab Tether here. Ooh. No, I don't want Tether. I want Weave. AoE. Yeah, we didn't get Loom. So I'm going to take Weave. That's just functionally good. It's a lot of payout in order to get that, but I feel pretty decent about it. Okay. Now I have grinders. I'm probably just going to grind up Stroke of Genius here, so I actually get 25 magic damage and make space. Yep, we're going to do that for one of these. I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm grinding up Misting Bells. The second shield is going to be good. Bastion 2, we like that. Extra shielding. This makes space for the more important elements of my build that are going to come up. I think I can get away with Tourist Trap here at this point. Yeah, we'll take that. I'm good with Tourist Trap. At the second book, I'm not as concerned about this. I can dodge most carvers. And we don't have a ton of cash anyway, so this works out in our favor. Rare Augment, Double Superior Vault. I'm going to go Double Superior Vault, see what we roll into here. I'd really like to see some improvements to our builds. I'd like to get these numbers up higher on my sets. I mean, obviously, but, you know. What are you? Is this the one that makes them take damage from me? No. Okay. Okay, I can do 1, 2, which is great. And then I can do a truckload of damage if I just hit him. Great. And then we're going to go ahead and do a full yank. And blast. Actually, I think this is as simple as shield wall, orb, and then I just take a bunch of, pull in more, and they all die. Great. Cool. I do take a little bit of damage, but I have vigor, so it's not too terrible. We're going to leave this, and now I just yeet this, and we get orbs. That's really good for me. Yep. Great work. Let's pull them in. Let's blast them. Let's orb. Pull them in. I need to improve my defense a little higher. I'm still taking 7 damage here. Not ideal. That's not ideal. I need more survivability than what we have even. Vigorous is really kind of a bummer of a set, in my opinion. What are you? Cursed Contract. On hitting an enemy inflicted with marked, inflict marked on a random enemy. Okay, well, actually what we're going to do is we're going to take the Beat of Flame. This gives me orbs giving me movement, which is huge. If I can get to orbs giving me health, I'm going to feel awesome. And this is also helping with Molten. I think that's a snap click, but let's look at the other one first. Second Unic Charge is really good, right? It's really good. That's a lot of Omni damage for the whole combat. We'll take Beat of Flame here. I think that helps a bunch. Good. Rare Augment. Interesting. 5 extra stacks of burn from Firestarter Incendiary is not terrible here. Full cost discount is okay. Our Stitch is not very strong right now, though, unfortunately. That is going to be what it is. I have a Grinder. I actually think grinding the Beat of Flame is going to be correct. I don't really need its buff. Alright, so I'm going to grab Prepared Stitch simply because it's the most effective. Like, I do a lot of damage with Firestarter Incendiary, but there are other things I think I would prefer to find for it. So let's take the full discount. That's at least something. Means I can play the first one for free. We will grind up our bead that we just got. We get a lucky horseshoe crab, which I'm going to immediately eat because they also give me a potion. We grind up the bead. Okay, that's progress. Big Quilling Cage, Rare Augment, Heroic Vaults. I'll take the Heroic Vaults Rare Augment, I think. We have enough money, I'm doing okay. I'm not really leaning very strongly on money anyway. It's okay. That's a lot of stuff coming in, isn't it? Woof. It's okay, because fortunately I have the power of ranged beam cannons, which are pretty cool. I think I'm going to need to pull everything in, and then I'm going to blow stuff up, having not moved at all. I'm then going to walk, collect this orb. Actually, I think I'm going to throw the incendiary here first. Yeet. Take the orb and walk out, and we're doing alright. I guess I may as well throw some stuff at him, sure. Alright, good job. Managed to take 0 there. I would love movement in the form of like the Swift set or something like that. There's a lot of stuff I would be happy to be seen, to be shown rather. Before we move a bunch, let's just grab threads on everything. We have weaving, good. Let's yank them in. Good. Let's try for bombs. Nice. I'm going to get hit no matter what, I think. Yep, take the orb. It's going to be shield up. I think this is super going to be my barrier setup here, right? Yeah, shield wall here. Let's barrier potion. Already getting hit by everything, so let's pull them in again. It really does not matter. Alright, we at least get a kill. I only take the 1 damage here, which is fine. I'll be able to heal some of this back thanks to Vigor. Let's walk towards the orb. We want to throw up top. Okay, let's kill every single one of these enemies. Great. Let's yank this guy in. Good. I would sure like it if we had daze or something in this build, right? We at least got him under the glass jaw threshold, but it would be really nice to not take this 4 damage. Yeah. Not much I can really do. We at least have some healing coming in, but it's not a lot. Binding Tuner, what do I get? Stow or Tangle. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any glyphs here. Yeah, no glyphs, so I have to accept that. Gain 1 shield for every 10 damage resist you have. Well, that's fortunate because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a bunch of damage resist. This is a good synergy. We should click it. I like thickened wall here. That also makes me want to click wall every time I see it. Potent Stitch is... it's pretty good, right? It's pretty good, I think. It just adds 50 damage at the end, though. It doesn't multiply. Tangle. Does you do 125 to a threaded enemy. Nearby enemies are pulled toward the center, take some equal damage, and become threaded. Okay, so this threads everything for me. So, on the other hand, I think is just bigger damage number. Yeah, it's just bigger damage version of Stitch. Right, so... I think So is going to be much stronger. It's just better Stitch, essentially. I have no choice. I must take, so I will take. Heroic Vault. We'll see what we roll into. What is this? Treasure Hunter, Striker, Bounty Hunter. Interesting. A lot of crit stuff. Although I think it's 100% Swindler's Getaway here, right? This gets me up to very high numbers. Yeah, Swindler's Getaway is excellent. What is this? Frostfire enemy. When hitting an enemy inflicted with Frostbite, inflict 3 stacks of burn. Now, for better or worse, I do not inflict Frostbite, but grinding this up would be incredible, right? Right? It is a triple grind, and it gets me closer to Frostfire, which is, I guess, free burn. Yeah, let's take the Frostfire Ember here, and then go hard on that. I'm going to take, where is it? Swindler's Getaway, for sure. This gets me to max on Warden, which is good. I really, really like Thickened Wall here. We're guaranteed to get 3 additional baseline, and then I get more from my Laid Rope, right? Which gives me tons of this. So, big fan. This is a lot of defense that I'm happy to pick up. We're going to go for the Grinder. Absolutely. None of the other ones make any sense. Take the potion. Got an Unstable Brew. Did they change this? They did. Your attack bindings do triple damage. It's a change. It's unfortunate, but it's fine. I kind of prefer just getting a lot of Omni power, but it's fine. We're going to bust up Frostfire Ember here, which is great. Yes, let's go ahead and Swindler's Getaway, drop it. I want to put it into this slot. Good, good. Warden is maxed out. Molten is over, but it's fine. Let me think about this for a little bit. Orblord is at 4. I'm looking for... yeah, Orblord... getting this to max would be huge. If I could spawn an additional orb each turn, it doubles the Unic charge scaling. That's probably my next goal. Heroic Vault times 2 Glyph Globe is for sure that. Yeah, 100%. If I live this combat, that's 2 chances to see items that maybe give me the buff I want on Orblord. Everfrost, I mean, how much damage is my burn doing? 75. Is this really happening? Yeah, I guess the 20 Frostbite here is getting converted into burn damage, right? If I drop this, let's see. 44. Yeah, I guess so. 30 frost, 25 frostbite damage. Wow, that's so crazy how strong this frosted half charm is. Okay, I need the money, kind of. Let's toss up here. These 3 get the big fire. I'm going to thread everything now. Okay, that's a lot. Now I should be able to generate a ridiculous amount of shield here. How much did I generate? I don't even know. But I'm tanking literally everything. I have 65 damage resist. Unbelievable, huh? So we just pull and kill here. I'm taking 0 damage, base tanking every attack, which is actually crazy to me. Wow, we are very durable all of a sudden. 10 shielding, huh? Do I generate that shield next turn? Does that work? It goes down, right? It does. It's okay because everything died, so whatever. We're going to get controlled weaving first. I'm going to pull everything in. We're going to walk a lot. Now, this is a great example. I'm taking truckloads of damage, but is there something I could do better? I think we grab one orb here, and then we walk. Wait, orbs give so much movement now. Oh, how good. Yes, I can move so far. So now it's free real estate, right? We just yank everything together and blow it up. Cool, and then I just walk away. And we're out. Awesome. This is strong. Now we're cooking. Now that we have the warden loaded up, I feel like we've really got it. Alright, let's channel everything. Pull them in. Hit this shielding, and we are truly unbelievably defensive here. We also have the... I mean, our So is doing enough damage to clear everything. Also, for a bunch of those guys, which is pretty cool. You get a ton of glyphs, feeling good about it. Unearthed Relic is shielding. That's good. On gaining shield. What generates shield? Shield wall. I don't think I have shield gen on other things right now. Unearthed Relic is not as impressive. I'm looking for Orb Lord. Right? Actually, defense matrix is pretty decent here, right? On turn start, if you have 50% health or less, gain resistant. Well, that's not going to stack the way I want, so that doesn't matter. I'm already maxed on Warden, who cares? I think defense matrix is good because it's one extra shielding, and then I gain more. I also have a quest to trigger this, so on a hard combat, I might actually finish this quest, which would be kind of cool. It's a good set for it, or rather moment for it. What's coming up? Was it a grinder? Another grinder. Okay, with another grinder, I could grind up Enchanted here. I guess I would also get Striker, which does help the physical damage of some of this stuff, so... I could alternatively grind up... Interesting. How do I want to approach this? I could alternatively grind up something else. I'm really looking for an Orb Lord here, though. I might spin this. It's not bad, simply adding 25 magic. That's 25 magic percentage. I mean, it's literally a quarter damage bonus on everything. I just melt this Heavenly Eclipse and max out like Enchanted and some other stuff. Getting some physical damage is not bad. That's pretty decent. Okay, so I think we are, without re-rolling, because I think it's spicy to decide to do that, I'm going to go ahead and take the Heavenly Eclipse here. We're going to grind this up. I'm going to come back for that other one, so I don't leave it on the ground and it vanishes. Some of that elite tech. We grind up the Eclipse. Good, I have maxed out Enchanted. A lot of free magic power and everything. We're going to now pick up Defense Matrix, which maxes out Bastion, which is good. I'm not really keen on Starwalker. If I could get Starwalker max, that would be kind of cool. And we're forced into a tourist trap, which is fine. What do you get for me? On hitting an enemy inflicted with burn, inflict 1 stack of frostbite. I mean, this is now cooking, right? Absolutely cooking. Tongue of the Frost Flame is pretty good. We're going to take this rare augment for sure. I'm going to buy that. I have plenty. I could make it do more damage now. I want to save the 4 for the rerolls up ahead. I want a good Ascension. So I think this is really as simple as just make So do more damage. Okay, fine. It's just 50 at the end, bonus damage. It's acceptable. Now, as far as purchasing power, I don't care about Gnarled Root. I don't want any of these, I don't think. I think our abilities are really cooking. I just really need to find and sell and grind Orb Lord. If I can finish Orb Lord, we super win. So that's the big question. I think we might roll that down afterwards. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to go to the final shot because you can roll down and see those 2 grinders at the end, which is good. I don't think Rinferno stands any chance here, if I'm being honest with you. Cool. Hey, bud. Get lit on fire. Tons of burn damage for everyone. Before we kill anyone, let's go ahead and shield up here. We'll yank people. I'm going to yank him this way. We're going to take the orb, and I take 3 damage, and that's going to be acceptable. I would like to hit in a way that doesn't cause me to take... I don't want to pull him closer is the problem. I guess I could pull them away. It doesn't work. The hitboxes don't play nicely. I can at least stop some damage here, right? By simply shooting. Yeah, that will do, I think. Okay, fine. 1 damage is acceptable. Remember, I do get the vigor, so I can heal this back pretty comfortably. Now, here, you want to kind of wiggle out of this goop. We want to pull everything together here. And we want to kind of blow everything up. Yes, then I want to walk this way, orb, and get out, and let him go. He says his explosions leave a permanent blight puddle in the arena. Wow, that's tough. And then he creates bombs. So, okay, we're on a timer then, is what this comes down to. But I think he's going to phase automatically here. He does phase automatically. Good. Okay, so what I would like to have happen is I would like to... Yes, I pull in. I wish to stitch from this perspective, which finishes them. I'm then going to move here, grab the orb, and walk to nothing, and he phases. And that's acceptable. Okay. Now, he's phased, so that's great news. He's changed everything. Let's toss some fire starter bombs on him. Let's go ahead and... Can I get a pull? Now, honestly, I think the right play is to here. We're saving our shield wall for the big slam turn that we know he's going to do, because of course he is. We're going to... Shooting him with Stitch does nothing. We're going to just take this orb and walk out. I want to be near where he ends, so we sit here at this point. Looks good. This is the turn for shield wall, 100%. There it is. It's as good as we're going to get. We're going to yank everything closer. I'm going to pull everything in and blow it up. We are going to flee to the best of our ability. I actually unbelievably take... Wait, there's a 2. Aha! This one little gap here, and I take 2 damage, and that's pretty much perfect. Alright, and I even get vigor out of it, which is great news. So we just do the boop, and then we go for the kill here, I think. Yank everything together. Go for the blast. Yeah, and we just take 0 here and we chill, right? Alright, good. There he goes. Goodbye, Rinferno. Excellent work. Alright, cool. We actually ended that combat at max hit points, which is pretty crazy. Can't even take any health. We would have gotten some value out of that, what is it? The sails that we skipped. On defeating enemies you've threaded or on detaching one of your threads, restore health. I think we're actually good with the vigor right now. You deal bonus attack binding damage to enemies afflicted with burn. This actually makes Stow and Constrict a little more powerful. Also, I haven't taken it before, apparently. It's not bad. Entwine. Do a bunch more damage. Strangulate. What could this show me that would be better? If I re-roll this, I see, what, Incendiary or Shield Wall, both of which I don't really want to mess with here. Yeah, alright. the boss is Cinder, so I think in practice I want Strangulate. We're going to do more damage this way, I think. Yeah, that seems accurate. We'll take it. Sure, why not? It's something. As far as the epic augment, I am going to grab Feeling Incendiary just because I guess I've never clicked that in this release, or they've renamed it or something, and it's fine. Sure, let's move on. Okay. We're doing pretty well on time. I think we're going to be done in 15 minutes or so. It's good. I'm always kind of looking out for the optimal length for runs, which I think is very important to me. Elites coming up. Nothing too bad here. I think we should burn through them quite literally. Alright, not too bad. Okay, let's... Goal is orb. Let's incendiary stuff first, I think. I get a triple here? No. We're going to take the double then. Those guys are spicy. I'm going to go ahead and use this shield to shield up, I think. And we walk out of this. I'm going to take the orb. And I think the right play is to kill a couple dudes, right? Yeah, you kill a couple guys and we take 0 here and it's chill. It's a great example of I don't want to click Strangulate because it pulls this guy to make me take 6. It's not worth it here. We just sit. Most of these guys die to fire now. Or I guess my 80 spikes. Because 80 spikes from the Swindler's Getaway, that's right. That is where that's coming from, which is absolutely absurd. That's very funny. We have controlled weaving. Where is everyone? Do I have everyone? No, I'm missing one person here. Yeah, missing one dude. We'll grab him. I want to yank everything in. And I wish to take the orb and walk away. And then we blast over there, which finishes off most of them. How much damage resist? 59. Alright, it'll have to do. I'm not getting a kill with this critical Strangulate here. Most of them burn away. That will do, I think. I guess I might as well shoot them, right? There's no reason not to. It doesn't add a lot, but it might matter. We take 6. That's unfortunate. We managed to kill a lot of guys, though, which is very good. Okay. Ugh, there's a lot of gunk on the ground. Not a huge fan of this. Let's see, can I get a bunch of these guys? Great. Great. Let's yank everything in now. I need to deal with this, please. Let's actually shield up first. And then yank everything in. And then we take the orb, and we're going to go for the bomb here, I think. Interesting. I want to get this, though. Getting him killed is very valuable. Do I get a kill this way? I can kill a guy that's worth 2, which is probably good. It saves something. And then let's toss some fire at the world. That kills every enemy. We take 3 damage. It's not terrible. We are taking chip damage, though. That's a very high damage combat in general, though, which is perhaps telling. This does let me get my vigor back, though. I'll take the health. That's cool. Great. We get most of our health back. Alright. Now we're going on to the final grinder. Alright, here's Will Collector. Not quite what I'm looking for. Ancient Vault. Swift and Will Collector. It's pretty cool, but not what I'm looking for. We get the Leaky Pen. Oh, but the Leaky Pen is busted, isn't it? Wow, an extra orb. I think I want to keep this, don't I? Right? That's very strong. Yikes, that's good. Plus 25 damage for each thread attached to you. Wow, that's going to represent a ton of damage, isn't it? I'm pulling together a lot of stuff. It's actually not that much in the final boss against Cinder, so maybe that's not as useful. On defeating enemies you've threaded, gain health. I don't mind that. Resetting... I don't really want to do Seamless Stitch. That's not that good. I guess we'll take the Draining Thread. I guess I can re-roll this, right? Sure. We'll click it. Why not? Make Constrict do 60 more damage is pretty strong. Reduce the cooldown of Stitch and Constrict by 1. So after using this ability, it lets me use the others again. Interesting. I think Impenetrable Wall is just going to be better here, though. Just more shield on demand. Alright, now before I click any of this, let's open up the Carver. This lets me look, I get the grinders. Let's see what the shop is. Another leaky pen is really strong. So what we're going to do is we are 100% going to buy this leaky pen and grind up this leaky pen. Right? You grind it up, and then we're going to take the other leaky pen and keep it. And that gets me Orb Lord 7, which now gives me 3 orbs per turn, which now scales me 60 Omni damage per turn just from orbs. That's incredible amounts of value. Truly nuts. Now, is there anything else I can sneak out of here from value? If I grind up Blessed Brickstones, I do get Ancient Wisdom, which is just 1 free extra will, which is nice. What was the other item over here? Let's briefly consider this. Some stuff over here. Rerolling this is cheaper than some of the other options. On the end of the first turn, double all stacks. Man, Primeval Clay would be really strong here. I could add a lot of burn and just insta-phase something, which is kind of funny. I'm more interested in it from the perspective of giving me Thaumaturge, which is, I think, activates because of... Oh, wait, nothing. Nothing is activating that right now. Okay, fine. Vigorous... I could get Vigorous 5, which is acceptable, I suppose. We'll skip it. I'm going to re-roll this. I think it's worth that. Not very good. It's not very good. Not a very good re-roll. What's my second grinder here? It's a good question. I think it's Blessed Brickstones. I think so. Just having 1 extra will is good. Reaver 2 is not particularly useful. I guess we technically crit. But the Brickstones is good. I guess I can afford 1 more reroll here and then to still buy it. We'll see what we hit. Ah, alright. Another Frostfire Ember, which we could grind up. Interesting. I already have Max Molten that doesn't do anything. Another Everfrost doesn't do much. The question is, does Frostfire do anything meaningful to me? And the answer is I don't think so. Yeah. Getting the Frostfire 7 would be really cool, but we're never going to do that. I think we just ignore this here, and then we move in. I like my relics as they are, right? I'm very pleased with this. So I think the correct answer here is to drop this pen, take the Blessed Brickstones, we'll grind up the Brickstones. Just send that immediately, and then we pick back up the pen, and now we have a whole bunch of stuff, right? We have extra will here. I'm going to generate a lot of damage. The only question is, not having 1 shielding, I will take chip damage from that. It's an interesting challenge to face. I think we'll be okay. I think we're very fast here. Let's go ahead and move on. I think we have the win here. I just need to make it happen. Yeah, I think I just need to make it happen. Alright, cool. Click the button. I do have both potions as well, so that's good. And this is the variant where these 4 are the only ones that exist. I think the right play is to I kind of want to drop this incendiary on everything, even though I'm not going to get the 10 stacks here. So I think the play is yank everything together. First order of business, pull it all. Weird. 3 orbs, by the way, very entertaining to me. Kind of weird how that worked out. Well, it's fine. We can at least get, let's see, 2 of them? Sure, 2 of them is acceptable. And then it's what, triple orb nonsense here? Man, imagine the, I may as well take the Tangled, right? And then we may as well play the shield, and then orb. Good grief. Orb, I think. Yank everything again. Grab another orb. It's actually kind of nuts when you think about it. And then make sure I have enough space here. Yank everything again. Take another orb. And then it doesn't really matter. I'm already taking 0 damage, so let's do more burn. Seems good. Seems good. Like, oh no, Cinderpox. It's fine. They all burn to death. Somehow that guy lived. I don't really know how that happened, but I guess if I just walk away, I take 4 here, which is not that big of a deal. So that's fine, I suppose. I'm going to go ahead and just take the shield. And then we'll yank. And then I'm going to grab an orb. And then I think I'm just going to sit on these other 2 orbs because I'm phasing and killing here, right? I think that's fine. Cool, so that's phase. Now I have 5 orbs on the ground, which is awesome. Let's move out of the fire. And let's at least inflict burn on 2 of them. Good. Getting the 30 there is nice. I'm going to then go ahead and thread everything. I have to rethread the boss, yes. We'll go ahead and pull, I suppose. I'm going to take orb 1, pull, orb 1, shield, which makes me take 0. We'll do another pull. I'm going to grab another orb. I might as well click so, I suppose. We'll do another pull, orb. And then we're gonna walk away, I think. Yeah, I think we just walk away, orb, walk out. Now I could just eat one of these things and stop this 4 damage. I'm already phasing here, I might as well. Sure, why not? We're way ahead. I take 0 damage here from a truckload of defense. He immediately phases, which is outrageous. We're gonna walk over. Is there a safe spot? This is the best safe spot. I want to lob this crit firebomb at the boss. Good. I'm gonna go ahead and generate the threads so I can immediately shield up here. Then we're gonna go orb, pull, and I actually am not in range of that other orb, so I guess we are just sitting on it, and that's fine. I can always take the mercurial. I'll eat the mercurial elixir. This is actually good because it means I can, where is it? Don't move yet. Throw more fire at the boss. Then take orb, more burn, orb, more burn, and we actually phase this on this turn, right? That's 17,640 burn damage. We have generated 270 Omni power just from Unic charge here, which is pretty ridiculous. We end this combat at full health. Seems good to me. Great work, team. Okay, so the moral of the story is I just had to go really hard on Warden and a lot of those strategies. It's really just about pure defense here for a lot of this. Also, the Frosted Half Charm I'm pretty sure is broken. like too powerful. I think frostbite damage should not convert to burn damage like this. That just seems excessive because frostbite damage comes in numbers that are much higher than burn damage. So converting it in that direction is way ridiculous. The whole Leaky Pen plus Orb Lord 7 plus Unic Charge combo is incredible, right? It's just ridiculous. We generate so much Omni damage from this that it is multiplying all of our damage by a lot. Really, this ultimately kind of just makes burn more powerful, but we're still doing non-negligible damage otherwise. Warden doing huge work. We were sitting at 65 damage resist on a number of combats, a number of turns. That's huge. That's actually great. It's the first time I've ever gotten Warden up this high, which is nice to see. Enchanted doing some decent work. Molten doing some decent work. We ended up giving up a little bit of Bastion, but still fine. The random 20 Frostbite damage from Everfrost doing huge work thanks to the half charm. Very pleased with Laid Rope. Those are good. Swindler's Getaway was funny. We're getting a lot of random spiked out of it. But yeah, good stuff. Alright, so a burn build still works. The biggest challenge is just not dying, basically. The burn stuff falls into place pretty easily when you have Blaze of Bridget, right? It's just, this guarantees you damage direction. It's just a question of how do you not die. And that is itself, honestly, pretty challenging. So anyway, not much else to add here. Quite pleased with how that run went. Fourth time's a charm, right? So I think I figured it out. You just have to tunnel vision. Also, it turns out hitting shield wall, which is frankly the best defensive infusion in the game, is pretty good. Hopefully they haven't nerfed Restoration. I do miss that build. I really loved Greater Restoration. You get that regeneration. Ooh, that's nice. I haven't tried it in the release, so hopefully that's pretty good too. But defense is always a big challenge, and I think that's true. We didn't see any defensive bindings here, right? Okay, Sturdy Threads. And that was competing with the Sturdy, I think, Stitch, right? That gave shield here. We never saw another one, so I do think Sturdy Thread's doing good work here, for sure. In hindsight, I think if I, by the end, probably would have got more shield per turn out of or Stitch rather, whatever it's called. So anyway, I'll let you go there. Good stuff. We got a win on the channel for Weaver, and at least, you know, if I had lost in book 2, I think it would have been fine, but losing in like the first 15 minutes of the episode is just bad, because it either extends the episode to way too long if you start again, or you end early and it's just way too short. So at that point, you just reset. And that's what we did. So we get there, though. We get there. We take it. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. Hopefully you're enjoying Inkbound. As always, give the video a like or dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.